Does this work? Is it working now? I'd like to introduce you to John Viel. He's one of the current point leaders that's already clinched the title for the San Jose Super Modifieds. And John Viel, you've always been considerate to the drivers and everybody else out there. One thing I'd like to ask you, you won it in 82 or 83, you said.
Right.
Now tonight you're going to be starting on the pole.
Right.
Could you give us any information how it feels to be up there and trying for, you know how long it's going to be, 100 laps?
Well, like the last 2 years I started on a pole and finished second. So starting on a pole doesn't assure you the win, but it's good to start up in front, keep you out of traffic. But, you know, a 100-lap race is so long, so many things can happen that it doesn't really make any difference where you start. But starting in front is better than starting in the back.
Now, one thing I've seen over the side, you have a reef over there. Is that for some reason?
That's not for me. Evidently that belongs to Howard. That's not mine.
Okay, well, sorry I asked you, or whatever. I couldn't figure it out. But getting back to the racing.
Sure.
Now, a lot of times we've talked, and you're going to make a lot of changes for the 50-lapper, which you've done very well and placed. But for a 100-lapper, now that we're all pitted in the crew, into the pit area, what's going to be your strategy for the race?
Well, first you got to try and guess how the track's going to be that night, tonight. You know, it's different every night. That's a big thing. And because you do have 100 laps, you can be wrong the first 50, but you know, if you're wrong the first 50, you have a chance to make corrections for the second 50. But it's a big guessing game. And, you know, everybody's trying to figure out what to do to set their car up for the way the track's going to be.
So you're going to keep changing all night long.
Right. You know, here again now, if we have a race that has a lot of red flags, we can change a lot. Sometimes you don't have that opportunity to change. You might only get to change once during the halftime break.
Well, thank you very much. We wish you all the luck in the world.
Okay.
Bye. Be setting outside pole on a starting grid for the Johnny Key Classic. And we're trying to watch you. How come you're putting on so many shields tonight?
Well, the track's usually muddier on the 100 lappers, and got to keep my eyesight good.
Go, boys, 780.
How many shields do you think you're going to have to need?
For the first 50, I'll probably run about 11 or 12.
And then every time you rip them off, then you get a clear vision, and then you can go for it again, right?
Right. It sure helps out because sometimes it's real wet at the beginning of the race, and the spray just covers the shields.
Okay, after looking at your starting position, after looking at your performance in the past few weeks, you've done very well for yourself. And now you're going to be starting second to the pole, and Viel's going to be right next to you. Do you have any comments? Who's going to lead it into the first turn?
Hopefully it's me. He'll be trying just as hard as me to get to the front, and it's hard to say.
Okay, well, we'll be watching you, and we wish you all the luck.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Where's the flag, Dean?
Down on the pit here with car number 69, Howard Kaeding. My name is Don Castro, and Mr. Kaeding, been watching you race for a long time. Even your boy came out and won one time. I guess you're pretty proud of him. And even you won the Johnny Keys Classic. Now, you were out there a little while ago. Can you tell us about the racetrack and your strategy for the night?
Well, we just hope we make the right guess, but my son says, well, it looks like it's junk already. So hopefully that we're going to make some changes and hope we guess right.
Okay, it means... Mr. Kinney, your son is one of your chief mechanics, and he's always been working on your car, and he tells you he says it's working like heck, huh?
No, the track looks, like it's junk right now. There's not enough moisture in it that we'd like.
But at 100 laps, aren't you going to be able to keep changing it constantly?
Well, there's not nothing we can do to change the car. Only up to 50, unless there's a red flag. Other than that, we're pretty well zeroed into whatever your decision is made when you go out.
Well, we'll still keep pulling for you.
We hope to do good and keep our fingers crossed.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, down in the pit area with Dwayne Larson, car number 10. Now, you've been doing pretty well this season, and you come up the hard way and a lot of knocks and a lot of experience and spin-outs and everything. Now you're in the 100-lapper for the Johnny Keys Classic. But I'd like to ask you is, starting behind, let's say you're going to have Dwayne Larson, Nick Racino. Oh, no, you're going to be starting behind Rick Martin. You're going to be in the front 6. So do you have any strategy to tell us about how you're going to pull it off or anything?
Well, it's kind of more, unless you're right in the front row, you got to play it by ear and see how the first few laps go. If the car's running real good, go for it the first few laps. If not, 100 laps is a long way, so the car's still got to be running at the end, so you might just back off and just follow and go for it in the second half.
Have you made any special change for a 100-lapper rather than just regular 25 laps or whatever?
Basically gone over the car with a fine-tooth comb, so to speak, make sure everything's tight and look for any problems that could develop. And other than that, as far as changes, not really, other than we'll be running a little bit more fuel to start with, so the car has to be set up just a little bit different because of that. But other than that, it's pretty much the same setup as far as tires and shocks and everything like that.
Do you have anything to say about your sponsors before we get started tonight?
Yeah, I'd really like to thank San Jose Construction and Orchard Supply Hardware and Bill's Custom Machine. Without them, I couldn't be doing it.
Well, that's what makes the world go round, with sponsors for every racer.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you all good luck tonight.
Okay, thank you, Don.
Thank you. Yeah, we're talking to Ray Huckabee. Down in the pit area with Ray Huckabee, car number 11. And you're going to be starting towards the end of the pack. Now you're going to be able to watch everybody make their mistakes and control it from there, are you?
Yeah, we're going to have to run. We got one of the smallest motors on the track, so we're just going to have to stay clean the first 50 and make a run at the second 50 and hope that the track goes away and kills some of the big horsepower. We've got a good finish. We've only missed one feature event that we've started. We haven't finished in the last 2 years, so that's what we're depending on in this race, is being there at the end of the race. But a lot of traffic to get through, and everybody seems to be running the same line this year, so it's going to be a little crowded where we like to run.
Well, as I've watched in the past, it's really hard. The last 5 weeks we've been trying to qualify for the Keys Classic, and you're one of them that made it. So that's really got to be a feather in your cap.
Yeah, we made it at the first night of qualifying in a 50-lapper, and we've always done well in the longer races. So we're really proud of the fact that we made it the first night out and didn't back into it. We really had to race hard for it.
Well, good luck in the main event, and we'll be watching you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah, can you believe I get to talk to a guy by the name of Rick Martin, car number 44, one of the best rookies this year, and pull it off, won a trophy dash, beat everybody, won a main event, and now you're lining up right behind Rod Spencer and fourth over on the pole. And I could ask you how you're going to do it or what you're going to do for 100 laps, but why don't you give us some information on how you feel for tonight?
Yeah, we're just going to hang back, lay back in the weeds the first 50, and we'll give it hell the second 50. That's about it. You know, just stay on the lead lap, first 50, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, we'll be watching you, Rick. Wish you all good luck.
Thank you.
Well, the fans can't believe it, but now we're talking to Mike Sargent, car number 7. A lot of them boo, a lot of them yell, a lot of them have fun with him. But he's a family man that puts all of his efforts into his car and helps people a lot. Now, Mike, you're going to be starting about second. Well, actually, you're starting third behind us, John Viel. Can you give us any strategies you're going to be doing tonight?
I don't think it matters where we start tonight. It's going to be a long race. I'm gonna run the hell out of it. That's all my intentions are. I'm gonna run it as hard as I can for 100 laps. If it makes it, we make it. If we don't, we don't.
Oh, you heard it.
As far as what all the competitors think, I don't really care what they think. So it's gonna be an interesting race.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Don Castro down on pit area with car number 33, Jimmie Hood. Jimmie Hood doesn't only like racing, he also is a good sport. He even loaned a car to Brent Kaeding. And Brent went out and actually won the race about a month and a half ago. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I was taking a trip to Europe, and we decided we wanted to try to win that 50-lapper, and it was $2,500 to win, so we asked Brent if he'd like to drive it. I had just come off a win and went to Europe. Brent drove the car, won the main. We came back and won the next one. And we got a lot of valuable information out of that because Brent has been helping us all year, and that just gave us a little more of an edge. And, we hope that'll pay off for tonight.
Well, after we've been watching you come up with a new thing, a device to put more torsion on your suspension unit, and you've been putting a lot more. You have that little kit that puts more torque on your suspension unit.
Well, it just allows me to adjust the chassis a little bit as the track dries out while I'm in the car.
Okay, each week we've watched you. You've been coming up and up and up. Now, 100 laps. It looks like you might be able to do it tonight.
I certainly hope so. We're starting our best start for a Johnny Key race. We hope it's our best finish, and we hope that's number one.
We hope so too. Wish you all good luck.
Well, thank you.
Down in the pit area, Don Castro with Dave Thompson, car number 18. Well, Dave, we've seen you upside down and around, spinning out, and pulling for the lead all the time, and you're thrilled to watch. Can you tell how else tonight's going to really pull it off?
Well, hopefully the changes I made in the car are where the car should be and where it should work its best, so we'll give her a hell tonight, and hopefully I come out with the checker.
Now, in a long race like this, are you counting on the red flag like most of the people are?
Well, a race like this, with me being in the middle of the pack, I think the best thing I should do is go for it from the beginning, because you got to get up front, because if the leaders lap you, you're going to never hit that checker.
Well, we'll be watching and wish you all luck. Thank you very much. Test. Well, there's one good thing about Dave Thomas. He doesn't really carry away with his food intake. Most racers are all nervous and they can't even eat. He's got a hibachi. He's going to fix himself a plate of beans, and then he's going to go out and race. So you talk about nervous racers. He's not one of them. Test. The ultimate in race car driving is a super modified number AMA 77. Now, can you believe it? A full-scale hot rod to the max. More than 1,000 horsepower to the max. Spins the wheels all the way. Test. Doug Castro down in the pit area with Wayne Keaton. And Wayne, you've been racing about 7 years now, and this is the second time you've made the Johnny Key Classic, I hear. Can you tell me a little about it? Because a lot of people don't even, there's only 3 previous winners in the Johnny Key Classic.
Well, it's a prestigious race, and they line you up according to your points. And this is my best season ever as far as finishing races. We were always knocking, it seemed like last year, but never really had a chance to finish. And my brother Larry Silva does a heck of a job in the car. They go all week long. And like I said, being that we finished a lot of races this year, it gave us a good start in the key race.
Now you're going to be starting towards the middle, or actually right in the middle of the pack. Now you're going to, as we've been watching races, people spin out and they're going to be messing up. A lot of failures. What's your plan or your strategy for the race?
Well, I believe that a lot of the top runners are up front, and they're going to be battling themselves. And I think the big game plan is up to do a lap down. If you can stay in the leader's lap, and hopefully in the top 10, you'll have a good shot in the second finish.
Well, congratulations, because 100 laps is a long time.
Sure is.
Look forward to it.
Yeah, their cars are infinitely adjustable.